I never really came out as trans. I just socially and medically transitioned on my own and with the help of my friends. Here naman at home, ever since coming out in 2016 as queer, my transition wasn't really talked about. So my friends and family, they just let me. Although there were some people I deliberately avoided, knowing the difficulty in having to explain myself and my gender. And I knew at an early stage of my transition, I didn't want to do that. My grandparents' reaction was something I was nervous to hear, although theirs turned out to be one of the loveliest. Ang ganda-ganda ng apo ko was something important for me to hear, I think, because they took care of me when I was growing up. Recently, more trans people are being more public with their lives, and seeing them on TV, online, in film, in media, um, lets more people see our bodies or hear our voices and how we speak and recognize them as real. Um, the noontime show appearances of Mela Habihan, Vice Ganda talking about pronouns, Ai Segura coming out and letting the public know of their live name, and Angela Ponce in competing for Miss U. Um, I can imagine how many families are reacting and talking about these people, although it is dangerous since it is the images of trans and gender non-conforming bodies that are being exploited for conversation. So yes, representation matters, but it shouldn't end there. Gumagawa ako ngayon ng pelikula with some friends about being non-binary in Filipino context. At alam ko, yung pelikulang yun ay pelikula lang na may representation dahil queer ang cast, queer din ng karamihan sa crew. Pero may hangganan yung images na yun. My best friend's younger sibling and my younger cousin, although they don't know each other, they're the same age, 12 to 13 years old. And na-share nila with me that in their friend group, they already are talking about pronouns and they're and they know of J.K. Rowling's transphobia. And when I asked where they got this information, it came from TikTok. So imagine if Soji is was actually discussed in schools and it is a normal conversation to have at home. So more people will no longer be relying on a handful of trans people they see in media and actually have Soji a part of their everyday lives. So hearing these two young people talk about these things so casually gives me hope that we are headed towards somewhere safer. Queer love can be found everywhere. It's in organized communities, it's in friends, it's in couples and thruples, and it keeps on fighting for what it needs. Hindi siya resilient, pero yung pagpapatuloy niya ay dahil alam niyang kailangan pa. Nagpapatuloy ang queer love dahil hindi ngayon at dito ang lugar at panahon na nararapat para sa kanya. Naniniwala ko na ang queer love ay naniniwala ko that queer love will always pull through. My aspiration for myself and other trans individuals, very cliche, but to be happy and to find love. But I don't think there's anything wrong in keeping hopeful that we will find a time and a place where we are much safer and where we can all dance. When I hear the name Jennifer Laude, I remember first the image of Julita, her mother, holding a picture of Jennifer. Na pag nakikita ko, damang-dama at kitang-kita na yung mga lalaking involved, yung katuwalian nila, ni Pemberton, ni Duterte, ang gobyerno, ang Amerika, ang daming naapektuhan ng babae. Yung mag-ina, tayong lahat ngayon. Pero pag narinig ko yun ng pangalan niya, I remember her very high cheekbones, her eyebrows that are on fleek, yung makapal niyang labi at yung mata niyang gandang-ganda ako. Seeing uniformed men out in public and in the everyday is unnecessary. Their presence is arrogance itself and only beneficial to their superiors and amongst themselves. I know they can hurt me, I know they can kill me, and the chances of justice is very slim if ever that takes place. So seeing them brings out distrust and anger. Anger is necessary, but polluting macho energy in green suits is disrupting spaces and not in the good way. They're like barriers on the dance floor where we're supposed to be moving freely. We need to be louder because more people are listening and watching. They're expecting a show, so we should give them a show. And all of us, trans and gender non-conforming bodies, individuals, have a role in this play, in this show. Our emotions have a practical use in creating a queer future in organized work. So be louder. Let our shrill, nasal, deep voices break until everyone listens. Una, gusto ko magpasalamat sa bahaghari sa pagpapatuloy ng kanilang pag-oorganisa. Gusto ko rin ipaalala na hindi talaga mali ang manatiling hopeful. Sana hindi siya makitang naive na magkakaroon tayo ng lugar at panahon na kung saan lahat tayo ay ligtas at makakasayaw at malayang iibig. Be louder. Thank you.